what's up. What is up, fucking idiots? I guess that's a thing. We love you. Thanks for listening. It's the Just Kidding podcast. And thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go to you last. So to my right, we got Juanito.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hello.
And then to my left, our veritable gun expert, Mr. David.
Hey, how's it been?
And then
A little delayed, but it'll work.
round of applause, actually. So Lalo, across from me, has some pretty exciting news. Is that fair to share?
Do you care to share here?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm gonna be a pops.
Yeah? Congrats, man.
What?
Tara excited. Part two?
Join the club of terror-sided people.
Yeah, and it's funny because earlier Kana was asking me have we been trying, and the answer is no, we were not trying.
That's pretty typical, dude.
It was Puerto Rico was a trap. Who would have thought? It must have been the weather. It must have been all those drinks.
Those riots just really got you in the mood, dude. You're just like, you know what?
It was like political discourse. Yeah.
Viva la resistance. Wait till I get you home, girl. We're gonna make some babies tonight.
But congrats, man. And
she's made with passion.
Yeah. I was gonna ask. The sex. It's a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl. It took a while to get the results back. It was just Kaiser was taking forever just to let us know. And
That must have been crazy, dude, because they have to do these tests, right, to make
Yeah.
sure, because once the woman is over a certain age, they have to do these tests. And from what I understand, your stuff kind of came inconclusive.
yeah,
At first.
At first, yeah, because I'm not gonna say what's my wife's age, but when you're 35
Smart
or older,
man.
when you're 35 and older,
That's the smartest thing you've done all week.
And then right after that, when you're 35 and older, shit. Right now, she's listening like, thank you. Oh.
take it back.
Edit that part out. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's start over.
That's just general information, just for people to be aware.
This is just a test.
Sorry, but so once you're a certain age, it's just a high risk, no matter what, high risk. So that means more tests need to be done, even if you're like, I feel fine. Like, no, you have to take this test, and those tests were taking a while to come back.
Okay.
And then finally we got an email, because now even doctors send emails. They don't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah.
And we got this long email, and it was nothing but some medical.
Just jargon? Or what?
Yeah, so we went through the whole thing and like, wait, it doesn't say gender, and then we had to go back, and then we saw female karyotype.
It's because you get to choose now. So
Yeah,
They're designer babies. You know?
we're not that rich.
Yeah.
no, well, he or she's gonna be able to choose. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I know
there
what
we
you
go.
mean.
Did you ask it what it wants to? But cheers, man. Fucking
Yeah, man.
congrats.
Cheers. Hey. Congratulations, brother. Wow, dude, we're having kids at the same time.
You don't know what
Yeah.
you're getting into, but yeah, congratulations.
No, I mean ultimately.
David has bags under his eye. Oh, yeah, it's great, man.
The joy of life.
I love it.
The beauty of life.
Well, welcome to the club, brother. Oh, God. I don't know where I am right now.
I hope this shit never ends.
I had to sneak out the window right now when you guys are like,
My kids think I'm taking a shit right now.
Daddy takes a long time sometimes.
You have something installed where every like minute it flushes automatically. Like, oh, he's still in there.
Just a recorder.
Hey, come out like Ace Ventura. Do not go in there.
Drunk as fuck. Daddy's a little tired now. He's gonna go to bed. Can't take it out of him. But yeah, dude. Fuck, dude. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Do you have a name picked out? Do you guys have a name?
No, well, no. We're probably gonna be thinking about that once, like around January, February, because her due date's in April. So
Okay.
right now we have no hurry to figure out a name, because I mean our biggest thing was, is the baby gonna be healthy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we the whole thing is like we needed to know before the 20th week, right? Because after 20th week, if we decide not to go with it.
Oh, I see.
If it's not viable.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. So it came down to like we had only a week before we couldn't. There was no turning back.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got the results. Obviously, it was positive. Everything's good.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right,
That's
like,
good news.
yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
Mm. No, yeah, man. It's exciting, dude. That's for sure. That's hell for sure, dude. I can't believe like every day that goes by, you're just like, dude, we're one day closer. We're one day closer.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But at the same time, our families are. I know my family's like fucking over the moon, because me being the youngest and Ceci being the youngest, like this is kind of it for them. Like we're the last hope.
Yeah.
So they're fucking excited. Fucking excited.
We told my mom yesterday, and at 2 points she wanted to cry because she always wanted to have a girl.
Mm.
And
that's cool.
so it's gonna be the first girl in the family.
Mm.
Yeah, she got teary eyed, and my mom has been those kind of people that she keeps her emotions to herself.
Yeah.
She's not gonna show them right away.
Mhm.
And the fact that she was holding back, that means that those emotions were pretty strong on her.
Yeah.
And you got a new place?
Yeah, so that was the other surprise. So
Jesus Christ, we don't do a podcast for 2 weeks and this guy just grows up.
I know.
Us, just grows up, dude.
now
Got a place, got a mortgage.
Kids and a mortgage.
Yeah, shit, dude. You fucking move quick.
I'm gonna show you.
I moved, I came back.
But next
Didn't
week
miss
is gonna be. I'm gonna show. Oh, next podcast. I have grandkids now, guys.
I'm over here still trying to open my mailbox, dude. I just moved. What the fuck? I'm adulting.
So, Bill, don't need that shit.
I don't need that shit.
Mail,
So
yeah.
mail. What the hell is that box inside my house that says mail?
Overdue.
Get the fuck out of here with
I haven't been in the library in years.
I moved. They found me.
Wow. Hey, dude. So, I want to bring up something that kind of like what happened last time. So
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
So I don't
views
think
did we
David
get?
knows. David, I don't think you know and stuff, right? So last time we were joking about sponsors and shit, right? I don't know if you listened and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, so we were like talking about sponsorship, like fucking somebody sponsor AutoZone, fucking whatever, any kind of zone, and I think I even said porn zone, anything. So this fool made up a fucking logo. He put it as our thumbnail. That by far is our most watched fucking podcast.
In like a night, 666. What the fuck?
He fucking said, he's like, holy shit, 600 views. I was like, so many disappointed people.
I think that's hilarious. Just a bunch of dudes with their hands on their dicks ready to go. And it's us assholes. just talking shit.
Shit, there's a new fucking porno site. Click, and it's just us assholes just talking about nothing, dude.
Solving the
So
world's problems.
he clicks
when
on
no
it.
one's
I
listening.
fucking say shoot him. Shoot his fucking ass. That's how you fucking hear it, dude. That's how you like, they're just sitting, I just imagine all these people just fast forward. Okay, get to it.
It's somewhere in the middle, right? It's somewhere in the middle.
Double tap.
Oh, double tap,
They
10
just keep looking for it.
seconds.
No, I must have missed it.
Yeah, it was funny because the next morning, a couple days, I went to the restroom. Like the first thing I did in the morning, right? So I go check out my phone. I had one eye open, and I'm like, let me see how many views. Yeah, 600. That woke me up. And then right away, I screenshot it and sent it to this guy. I think right now we're at 670 something.
We passed 666. Damn.
Dude, it sells, bro.
Sex sells.
All our thumbnails
Absolutely.
have to be like fucking women just gonna show like nudity and stuff. And put the topic. Put the topic.
Put the topic around.
Hey.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I'll fucking do it, dude.
That's
I could take us there,
Maybe, do we know anyone into body painting and shit like that?
dude. For real, right?
Oh, nice.
Just that's all you need, dude. A lot of these fucking clicks are just like provocative fucking pictures. They're
Yeah.
just like
just
Ooh,
fatherhood.
terrace-sided.
Expecting father. Damn. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
That shit's hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
Just the
dude.
thought of these people like all excited.
So many.
Fuck you guys,
Dude. I haven't had the chance, but I've been meaning to go back to see if anybody's written like fucking comments like, "What the fuck just happened, you fucking idiot assholes?"
And we're just kidding, guys.
Dude, the logo looks fucking funny. It's just blue, and it's just like porn, and then it looked just under its zone, and just fucking. It looks legit, dude. So good job, man. That shit's
thank you,
hilarious, dude.
There's about 600 people that fell for it.
600 more idiots out there. Too. Please subscribe. Click.
Just one more follower, man. Get us to 35. Get us to 35.
That shit's.
But yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. What about you guys? Do Thanksgivings?
That was cool.
Yeah, we don't really do too much.
No.
Low key.
Y'all do like turkeys and shit?
No.
Well,
What? You don't go to your mom's or anything?
No, we didn't go. We didn't really feel like going this year because my girl would usually go down to her parents' house, and I'll usually go to mine, or we'll figure out if we're going down there or up here together. But today she didn't really feel like it, and we didn't.
Wow.
well, you have your own family, so
Yeah.
it's.
How far is your family?
Like hour and a half.
Oh shit.
No.
No kidding. You don't want to give out the address like Lalo over here?
Fuck.
Damn, I had to bleep that out. Well,
It's just gonna be like, Lalo, you got a place? Yes. Just over the yes.
Your lips are all moving and she like those bad dubs.
It just the video just fast forwards. Yes.
Your parents are still here in San Jose, or they moved?
No, my parents are here in San Jose.
Okay. Same house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right on, dude.
Yeah, you want to tell them the address?
it's right up on the corner.
Look, tell us serious, dude. Like, it is right up. Blah 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 blah. Nah. Dude, you ever go back to like those old camp, like our old middle school and high school and stuff? It's so fucking different now.
Yeah.
Like you
Is
just
it
pass
really?
by. Fuck, dude, it's fucking different.
Yeah.
Fucking MP's like fucking. They got like a gym now. Not a gym. I don't even know what that building is. Where the parking lot used to be, dude.
It's a multi-purpose. They have. It's like a theater or something.
Yeah, man. It's totally fucking.
Is that a
different.
good sign for the area then? Like,
I mean, it looks
Yeah.
good
It
from
looks
the
nice.
outside, but when we
Does that
were
mean
there,
the students have to park on the other side now? If
there's no student parking lot anymore.
Mm.
Because I've taken Mercurio, and sometimes we walk through campus. Obviously not during the day, but we walk through there.
Code green.
But it's the only thing that's different is just the new building. But it's not even new anymore. It's been there for more than 10 years.
No, and
yeah.
apart from that, like on the outside where all the old portables were, they're like new picnic tables and all that shit's all redone too, dude. Like
I know
it wasn't just like the portables like we used
I
to
think
be.
they're sharing the campus or something, aren't they?
almost
Okay.
every high school has at least one charter school on campus. Because I know Ocala has a charter school now
Yeah, like
on
fucking
site.
2 of them or something.
Something like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
in
charter school is like a private school.
the charter school is what it is. It's kind of like a private school in the sense that it's not part of a district, but it's still funded by the state of California.
Okay.
Well, my brother works for one of them. My mom works for another charter school.
Good for them.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Charter
I mean,
school's a private school, right?
but
Like you have to pay for charter.
yeah,
school.
private schools are more expensive. The thing with a charter school is that a teacher there doesn't necessarily need to have like the teaching credentials. You just gotta get higher.
So
And
this is because I've heard stories about this kind of thing where it's like, it's more about the satisfaction of the parents with the kids. Is that a charter school? Like, I have friends
There's
who
a high rate of satisfaction, because a lot of the students actually they do go on to graduate.
Okay.
But the problem with charter schools is that sometimes they might be passing students just to pass them in order to keep getting funding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that happens in public school.
That could happen,
Does it
but
really?
No, it does. Yeah, absolutely, dude. That happens all the time in public school.
Well, like with public schools, satisfaction of the parents isn't like a priority.
No.
Where I hear a lot about charter schools where it's about the satisfaction of the parents. So I have friends who are teachers, and their biggest complaint is always the parents are complaining about X, Y, and Z. Like they can't get these kids to learn the thing, but it becomes the teacher's fault for the satisfaction of the parents.
yeah, but see, to me, the reason why I might not send like a child of mine to a charter school is because a lot of the teachers there don't actually have teaching credentials. They just somehow got the job.
Yeah.
So
How the fuck does that work?
It's kind of like a disservice to the students. And
Yeah.
I know this because And the other thing about charter schools is that there's no teacher union.
Yeah.
And
wait a minute.
So, but what's the goal of any school?
Educate.
To educate.
Right?
Okay, so
But you want your
Well, really,
student
it's
to be,
indoctrinate the student. We're gonna be honest.
yeah, well, that's it. But you want
But you got to have qualified people trying to teach your
Exactly.
kid.
okay, but at the end of the year, if they still pass your standardized test, then
Oh yeah, if they
you know,
do, that's great. But
Yeah.
do they?
they do.
I
They do.
don't have
Typically,
that.
they meet or exceed.
Mm.
I mean, there's a reason why charter schools are becoming very popular.
And you pay for this.
No.
No.
It's
It's
like- it's
comes
kinda
out of
like-
public funds.
Yeah.
So how do you get
So
into a
what's
charter school?
yeah? What students get to go or
You basically have to apply.
Yeah, because spacing
those-
is limited. I mean, you
there's
don't.
an enrollment process. You got to apply.
Yeah.
Parents have to agree to like show up to this many events, and there's a big participation for the parents also. So it's not like
I
it's
think
not
that,
public
dude.
school.
Honestly, I know I'm speaking out of term here and stuff because my kid's not even born yet and stuff. But one thing that I stress to my girl, one thing I stress to my girl is like parent involvement. You know what I mean? Because I go okay, like for instance, I know you Lalo, and you probably David. My parents aren't that educated. I mean, they came from another country. So I tell my girl because we went through the school system here and stuff, and like we have the technology and we have the knowledge to be like, hey, you know what? I can help you out with school. I know my parents didn't know what first period, second period, and all that shit was and stuff, right? So you cut class or whatever. This and that. I was like, motherfucker, I know what cutting class is, But also, it's like I can help you out because I've been through the system
Absolutely,
and all this shit. So I think for us, it's like crucial for us to be involved as parents. I'm going to talk to all of my fucking parents or my kids' teachers and stuff and make sure that they know me and I, let me know if she's fucking up.
Yeah.
Damn,
Mira.
I'm already having those.
Look at the camera.
Angle. Give
But,
me one reason. What did she do?
But there's like very little to like, hey, dude, there's not many excuses. That, like I said, like our parents didn't know any better. And it's not through their fault. It's just they just didn't go through this system. It's like we did and stuff. So it's like they have the advantage of, hey, I could help you out with this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I'm just saying that point because you say it's more parent involved and stuff. It's like parents should always fucking be involved, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking if you can. And nowadays you got technology and fucking the world at your fingertips to fucking be like, dude. If I forgot how to do long division, fucking YouTube it.
Yeah, that's what we do with my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Khan Academy. There's
Yeah.
like a fucking million programs and then apps and this and that. YouTube. Fucking YouTube.
YouTube.
Fucking YouTube.
Fucking
YouTube
everything,
University.
dude.
Yeah.
Everything, dude. It's fucking scary. You ever watch those fucking you ever watch those like late night Jimmy Kimmel, fucking Jay Leno stuff when they walk down the street
And
and they
asking random
fucking
people?
ask random
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Are you?"
Dude, yeah, I'll watch
Holy shit, it's fucking scary, dude. You're just like, what? You don't know that? Just like
Well,
what
think about it
the
this way.
fuck?
Think about your average motherfucker you meet every day. 50% of the people are dumber than that person. That's fucking scary. Dude.
It's scary that they can't answer like basic like fucking elementary school fucking questions, and you're just like, what the fuck? What do you do? So I don't fucking ever
there's
come
a bunch
across
of
you in my
videos
life
like that,
again,
dude.
dude. You know?
So
Oh, there's an endless amount of those
Oh,
videos.
dude.
and guarantee you a lot of those went to public school. Just to tie it right back.
Yeah.
Indoctrinated.
And it's true. That's one of the things. Like, I wouldn't send my kids to a charter school just because, like I said, my brother works for one, my mom works for another one, and the stuff that I hear is like, thank God I never wanted to work there, because I think the other thing about charter school is that you could be a teacher, but the reason you got the job is because you already know somebody that works inside there. Because they're sort of work independently from the school district, even though they still had to respond to the state because the state is giving them money.
Funding them.
But as long as they're passing the test that they need to take, it's all good. But it's kind of like a disservice to the students that this person that maybe not is not a good math teacher because he or she doesn't even know how to do math. But the fact that he's there to teach what's on the book. But a flip side to it is that they're not mandated to teach what the state is actually requiring them. They can pick, they have the liberty to choose what they want to teach, like pick the books, the textbooks, and not exactly what's being mandated by the state.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, as long as the students are passing the right test,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Just here's how to take the test, and then this is bomb making 101. So just whatever they want
The
to do.
anarchist cookbook.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be okay because it'll teach them how to think critically and, you know.
Yeah.
Right now, public schools is just, here's how you pass the test. We're gonna train you. We're gonna train you.
To pass this test.
Is that how public schools are?
That's how it is
These
now.
days?
It's not critical thinking. It's not what we went through, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
It's-
We-
Fuck,
we-
saw
Wait a
it.
minute. Let me ask you something, David. You seem to know about the subject and stuff. Do your kids go to public school?
They do.
Did you try to get them into charter school?
We wanted to, but it'd be too tough. I mean, with my schedule and my girl's schedule, it'd be up to.
What are the requirements? Like you have to go to like parent teacher things
Well,
more
no,
often than public school.
no,
Is
the
that
thing-
it? I honestly, I'm asking because I don't
the
know.
thing is like there's not that many charter schools, even though they're getting very popular, but they're not like your public school that's down the street, because by city ordinance, you have to have a school within a certain amount of population of people. But a charter school, the closest one to you could be on the other side of town. So I could see what you mean. Like you have to drive all the way from one side of the city to the other side.
Now, obviously, don't these charter schools want to take in like the smartest students too?
Usually, they end up getting the rejected students from public schools.
Really? So is this like continuation school? Like we used to like.
No. It's
That's
not.
a different thing, right?
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what like people are like in danger of not graduating?
Yeah.
You're gonna go through this so
continuation,
you can get back on
independent
track.
studies and all that.
So this is not like that.
No,
No.
not at all.
But unfortunately, a lot of the charter schools do get the rejects from school districts. Like, let's say you're a student and you're being expelled by a bunch of different schools. Eventually, they're going to tell you, well, how about you go to a charter school? Because they are going to focus more on you. Because there's less students per teachers. So there's more chances of a teacher to actually pay attention to you.
It sounds like the ideal teaching setting. Because the teaching setting now is
Well, it is
terrible.
because the other thing is...
Absolutely, dude.
It's like 40 to 1?
In my son's class, dude. In my son's math class, dude, there's like 37 students for one
person.
fucking teacher.
Yeah.
Like,
How's anybody going to learn anything? It's just
Yeah.
sit down, shut up for 30 minutes. All right, go.
yeah.
Like, wow, dude.
Exactly, dude.
I don't know. Every teacher I know.
You know what's crazy about that? So right around here, there's an elementary school.
Yeah.
And they're threatening to shut it down because there's not enough students.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
What the fuck? Dude, I'm like,
It's
how the
crazy,
fuck
dude.
is that possible? But apparently, I saw an article and they were talking about that, and I was like, well, that has to do with the housing and stuff. But like, just like you were saying, is your son in elementary or middle school?
He's
now?
in elementary school right now.
Elementary.
Yeah.
And they're overcrowded. You got a school over here
Yeah.
that's undercrowded.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
That makes sense to me. At
And
all.
there's just people that they just don't want to send their kids to the school for whatever reason, and they're using like someone else's address in order to go to another school
Well, I think here it's like there's a lot of older people
that
here
don't have kids anymore.
that don't have kids, and their kids are way older.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff,
that's
or-
systemic, dude. All across California, there's schools shutting down all the time. All the fucking time. It's just people moving out. It's too expensive around here.
That's
You gotta
true.
move
Yeah,
out.
and that's the other thing. And there are people moving out, and the people who are coming in aren't necessarily having.
And the other
kids.
problem is that some schools just don't have enough like teachers too, because the teachers are choosing to go somewhere else. Same thing, because it's too expensive. Teachers are living in Livermore, and they gotta drive all the way over here every day, and with traffic nowadays, like fuck that shit. Might as well, because once you have your teacher credential in the state of California, you could teach anywhere. You could just find a school that's hiring a teacher, and that's it. That's the benefit of being licensed by the state of California to teach. You could teach anywhere.
Anywhere in California?
Anywhere in California, yeah. Because when you go out of state, then you have to pass different tests, because different state, different educational requirements.
Okay.
Every teacher I know, raging alcoholic. Just
Yeah, I wonder why.
these are the people. Like, if you think about that, and when you were a kid, and who were your teachers? Like, god damn, that was an alcoholic right there. It's just a stressful job, I'm sure. It's only more stressful now.
Well, dude, here's the thing, though, dude. There's a lot of factors to that too. First of all, you got the factors of a lot of stupid fucking parents that you hear. I've seen like articles and stuff where like teachers are like, dude, it's frustrating because I tell your kid how to do the work, the kid doesn't want to do it. Then and I try to tell the parent, try to communicate to the parent, Your kid is falling behind.
Yeah.
You need to do something about it now. The parent chooses to ignore it. Then when the grades come out, the parent comes to the teacher. Why the fuck did you fail my student?
Yeah.
I fucking told you. No, it's because you don't like my kid, and it's everything except that.
No,
you know,
it's bullshit, dude. It's all bullshit.
Dude, my wife has shown me.
but that's the thing though, stuff. You know, the parents are doing this
because they're fucking ignorant, dude.
Yeah, they're fucking ignorant and stuff. But then like the teachers fucking get frustrated. Also, dude. I am, you know, like I often wonder like why teachers are so underpaid here and stuff. Like they should be fucking more celebrated and stuff. That would be better for society as a whole. My fucking cousin, one of my cousins, I hadn't met him ever and stuff, but I met him like last fucking summer. He's a teacher in fucking Texas, and they take care of their fucking. That's all I'll say. Like, when he told me how much he makes, I was like, what the fuck in Texas? And it's like, dude, teachers over here don't make as much, and it's more expensive over here.
Well, there's some parts in Texas that are fucking expensive. Where's he at? Probably Austin or something.
I think that particular cousin is probably by Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, Austin's fucking San Francisco, basically, dude. From
Damn.
right here. Yeah.
Liberal
shit show.
Bro. I doubt it because this fool's pretty like. I mean, he was like He was asking, he was like, dude, I don't understand why California has so much money and yet they don't pay their teachers like enough and stuff. And I was like, it's an issue. You know, it is. You know, you say what you want, it's an issue. Did you hear about that thing and stuff on the news the other day? And they were talking about how there was like $7 billion in like surplus in the budget for California. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
It's
You guys didn't hear? I heard that from 2 different news outlets. That California's going to have a surplus in their budget of $7 billion.
Well, you know how they figure that out? Because they don't do the it's called unfunded liabilities. So that's not counting fucking pensions that they haven't funded. So that's literally bullshit, dude.
So eventually they're gonna split it up to where it needs to go. But it's kind of like you getting a paycheck right
If you
now,
can afford it.
but you still haven't pay your bills. So I have a lot of money, but I still have to sort it out.
You know those $30,000 in credit card I owe? Yeah, I'm not really counting that because it's not due yet. That's
Could be
exactly
right.
what it is.
I don't know enough about that subject. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
California is literally broke, dude. Or worse, if you fucking really.
But how if you had like the 6th best economy in the world?
Well,
Yeah, do you know how much Amazon is paying in taxes?
Nothing, right?
Zero.
Why?
Yeah.
But why?
Well, it's stupid ass laws.
Well, because they don't pay taxes if they put that money back into their business and grow it. So them growing it means more people are getting, more people work there, higher payment, and then you tax that money. So yeah,
you're taxing the workers, once they get the job, but as a corporation, they're not paying anything.
Yeah, because they're investing that money. If they fucking just put that
in,
in,
good, Chris. I've done my job.
I'm
just gonna sit back now.
In theory, that's what they should be doing, right? But are they all doing that exactly?
They have to.
Is it a good thing that Amazon doesn't have to pay taxes? Is it good?
Absolutely.
Like,
do you want to?
Chris, shut the hell up.
Expensive shit
okay?
from Amazon?
Let it go. Okay, let it go.
I honestly don't know, but I wonder about how Amazon is changing culture because we don't have to do shit for whatever we want now.
And I fucking love it. you think I want to be out there this morning?
No, I agree. I buy gifts online all the time now, but like I see what it's doing to culture because now there are people breaking their backs with no health insurance or anything like that to deliver the packages for people that don't leave their house.
Okay.
So it creates a weird class system of like, if you make a certain amount of money, you don't have to do shit, and someone else labors like practically with no healthcare or coverage. So that's where I kind of have an issue. I want all of society to be covered.
I don't have an issue with that.
You're giving it right now. I fucking pulled in my head like I'm not gonna need this.
No, I get what you're saying because it's like
I haven't said anything.
This is how capitalism is the model for growth. We don't have innovation without that. I understand that, but you have to protect your. If you don't protect the, I don't know what it call bottom line, whatever you call it, the workforce, you eventually
Bottom
exhaust
feeders.
them. Yeah, you exhaust them to the point of resent. So I don't know the perfect solution. I really don't. If there was a way that these people because I get it, if you have no way, you might have a great education. You put all your time and money into fucking getting a degree, and there are no jobs for you. So then what do? You become another brick mover in the pyramid that is building Amazon. Well, fuck.
At
If
that
you
point,
don't,
I think we're touching a few different subjects.
no, I know it's so layered and so nuanced.
Yeah.
There's so many things happening at the same time. So it's not an easy should Amazon pay taxes? I don't fucking know, dude, because I'm not Jeff Bezos, and I don't know what that model looks like in the real world.
Well, if you do want Amazon to pay taxes, which I don't get why, because that means shit's coming out of your, you got to pay it. They're not going to pay it. It's literally going to come out of your pocket. But then you'd have to write your congressman and have them change the laws, because that's where all that garbage came from.
See, yeah, I agree. I see that as being the problem. If you think it's unfair, you have to change the laws. But I mean, Amazon is a very powerful corporation that they're not gonna go without fight. They can pump more money into defense, or even the creation of any law that's gonna help them make more money. Because a corporation is about making profit.
Yep.
They're not in the business. Unfortunately, they're not in the business of let's do what's right for society. No, it's what's right for our shareholders.
If it's not right for society, it wouldn't flourish. If Amazon wasn't worthwhile, I mean, do we all have an Amazon account here?
Well, but what I meant,
Yes.
I don't have one. But what I meant to say, with hurting society is in the sense that it's because of Amazon, not just Amazon, but Google and all these corporations. Why the value here is so expensive that us that don't work for Amazon can't afford to live. Eventually, we're not gonna be able to live in San Jose because these corporations are the ones that are causing the price to go up in the Bay Area.
Well, no. In California, they build less than a third of the housing they need every year. So the government,
I think you brought that up last
pretty
time.
sure I have. So the government is keeping that supply down. So what happens when you keep the supply down? Prices have to go up. It has to. You have 1 million people bidding for one house.
Yeah.
Why am I going to sell it to you for $450 when I can get $750? $800.
But it's also what's attracting a lot of the people to move to the Bay Area. Why are they not moving to Central Valley or Modesto and all? Because these jobs are here,
right?
So it's all interconnected. But let me ask you this.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, so the jobs are here, but that's in spite of the taxes here being a lot higher. They can go to Nevada where everything's a lot cheaper. So why is it here?
Because the jobs are here and people are willing to pay.
No, but people.
Are you talking the tech companies? Why they're here? We asked that question before.
We had that.
I made the horrible example of asking that fucking question and got my head chopped off by everybody in this fucking room, dude. Good luck.
No, you're right. Why this area? Doesn't make sense.
All I fucking asked, dude, was why not get a fucking state like somebody like we always hear about
Detroit.
Flint, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan needing the economic growth. Why not give Amazon that fucking break, whatever break we give here, to go over there and fucking buy a house for $1 and work for Amazon? You know?
You know why? Well, this is a perfect example, dude. What happened in fucking New York City when Amazon tried to move in?
They voted him out.
You're fucking Alexandria AOC, dude. Those jobs that were gonna pay six figures, $150,000 plus, that shit wasn't good enough for her.
No, but
they were gonna exploit them.
But why not go
fucking exploit me at $150K a year, dude?
But why not?
I'd be alright with that.
Why not go to the Flint, Michigan, where people are desperate to get jobs? There's a bunch of
there's got to be a workforce also.
But I don't know. But
just like people are moving here, they'll move over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to have something to pick from first.
To pick from.
Yeah. You can't just start a business and be like, oh well, I'm gonna hire everybody from around here.
Why not? It's Amazon. Everybody knows
Amazon.
Yeah, but
all you need is people to pack boxes.
No, but that office in NYC wasn't like that. It was going to be a corporate office. So it wasn't.
Well,
fucking
then
stuffing boxes
anybody
for
that would have-
$50
Well,
an hour.
I could tell you, the argument for that was that there was it's already overcrowded in New York, and you're only gonna make it, dude. To have a box over there in Manhattan is like $2,500 and stuff. So like, if you bring in Amazon, it's gonna happen what happened here. You're gonna make it more expensive to live. Yeah, you're gonna be paying more, but it costs more to live, and it already is expensive there. That's what the argument was for.
If
but
I'm
at
if
That's
I'm
why I say, why not go
At
to a fucking
150K.
state? That's why not go to a state that needs the economic growth and grow that.
And I don't disagree, but I mean, if you've got, all right, so wherever you plunk this corporate office, if everybody around there is fucking in the 80 IQ range, you don't want that shit for your office.
you can always import the workers.
People will
People will move to fucking work for Amazon in like Detroit.
But then at the same
When
time,
houses are
when
like-
that starts happening, guess what people are gonna say? Hey, fucking gentrification and all this bullshit.
But that's gonna happen no matter what. I mean, it's
Yeah,
happening.
but then you get people bitching about it both ways. You can't.
You-
have it
I
both
mean,
ways.
you got people bitching about it being here because
But people bitch about over there is that there's no jobs. So it's like, okay, we're bringing jobs.
Yeah,
Period.
Yeah.
You want jobs or not?
exactly.
You know,
That's
and
how it should
Amazon
be.
needs
Either
the
you
most
fucking want it or
workforce
you don't.
we need in the world.
Mhm.
Probably because Amazon needs it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like,
So,
why
like-
not bringing it to a fucking state over there? And people go, well, it's because of the tax breaks and everything. It was like, well, okay, we'll work something fucking out with Amazon to fucking. But at this point, they're so cemented here that California would want to be like, no, fuck that. Don't let them go because you're gonna take jobs away from here.
Well,
but it's like they could work here and there. They're Amazon, you know?
Yeah, at the same time, that's kind of what's going on. You know, corporate rates in California are going up, as far as I know. You know, they're making it harder just to fucking for Google to do business. You know, a couple years ago, the city of Mountain View passed a law. I think they passed a law. I could be wrong, but they were trying to. They said your corporations cannot provide you with lunch. I mean, what kind of stupid shit is that? And they just did that because the businesses around there that provide food, they were hurting.
Oh, okay.
No.
I see what you mean.
So
they penalize Google so
Yeah.
that the businesses around.
So basically, if Google is
you're
providing lunch,
subsidizing the
yeah.
fucking businesses.
Look, man.
You know,
If
it
you
doesn't
have
make
fucking
sense.
money like Google and Amazon, that's my point is you've already flourished here. Why not expand somewhere where? And I'm saying leave here and go do that there. I'm just saying expand is as any. If I had a franchise, Juan's fucking whatever restaurant, and I'm doing good. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make more fucking franchises. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to spread
I
out.
want that money.
Exactly.
Just like-
Exactly.
they should do
That's what I'm
that-
saying. It's like
They should
if you're fucking
they should do the Walmart model where they're everywhere. They're like one in every within a 10-mile drive. You find
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut off the subject and stuff, but going back to what you were saying, Chris, I understand what you're saying about the culture and stuff because it and I get what like David's like, yeah, fuck it, convenience. I don't give a fuck. You know, but I am one of those like guys that like I miss some of the nostalgia of like, for instance, and this is just another example of where like, you know, technology and everything is taking us forward, but it's also taking away from something. It's like Netflix now and stuff. Like I miss going to the fucking video store with my family, dude. That shit was an experience.
that's cool.
Let's go pick out a movie. Let's go pick out a movie. Let's go do this. Let's go rent a video game, you know, and this and that. And, you know, and that was it, dude. But now you're like, we're so convenienced now that you don't need to do that and stuff. And it's actually sad. It's like you see them, like our kids won't never know this and stuff, but you saw these things just go down one by one, just fucking the cheap video stores to like then Hollywood Video, then Blockbuster. I know, and I mark my words on this, the only things that are gonna exist, because everything's ordered online now, only things that are gonna exist are grocery stores, restaurants, and gyms.
Even the grocery stores
Yeah,
are
I'm
going
gonna say no on the grocery stores.
because you can get shit on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah,
Whole
but
Foods.
that's still one of the things that people want to go buy in person.
Certain things.
Certain things.
Yeah.
And you need now.
Yeah,
Like not late now. I need milk now.
but
You
we
know?
might get to a place where
Well, I mean, we
you
might.
press a button now, it just shows
Keep
up.
me not,
It's
dude.
changing culture.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut eventually is gonna start delivering pizzas with drones. Watch.
No, Amazon's trying
But
to do the
okay,
same
so
thing.
the drones thing, eventually all these people that have jobs with Amazon, no more jobs. The drones are going to do the jobs for them.
A lot
true.
of people are gonna be forced to be technicians.
They have those. I've seen on the news too, where they're working on the robots that like literally drive themselves, and then they take your package, go to the front door, and then get back in the van. And
Yeah. I mean, people are gonna have to become technicians in order to fix those machines. Because I mean, they're not gonna fix. Well, maybe eventually they'll fix themselves too. But
fuck, man, it's crazy.
Scary. It's crazy.
So, the only thing that's available. What did you say? It was grocery stores, gyms. What was the last one?
And I said restaurants because the experience going to a restaurant.
Because even the banks now,
DoorDash. So it's like people.
Banks too.
Well,
banks.
now you get all you.
But you do online banking too. Like eventually, dollars I think will be obsolete.
Yeah.
Like physical paper money.
No, you still got you still gotta pay for drugs. That
that is true. That is true.
Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, some governments are banning them in some.
That is true. Drugs will actually keep that intact. Because that's the only thing. Because you do too much online banking and stuff. It used to be where you can deposit. Like if you owed somebody money, you can deposit into the account. You can't do that anymore.
What do you mean?
So, like if you owe, say, I want to give you some money, you would be able to give me a bank slip and I could put deposit and I can go in for you.
Oh, really?
And now you can't do that because they worry about like drug deals going down that way and putting money in your account. You know what I mean? It used to be like that. I used to pay people like that. You know what I mean? Like rent and everything and stuff. You can't do that anymore. Now they want everything documented through your phone, through everything, so they know exactly where it's going. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I see. And the only reason I say those three things are going to be open is because I see like for example, these stores that are closing down, they either become a grocery store or a gym. That's it. Or a restaurant. That's pretty much it. Because it's a service and an experience. There's no way to order a gym. You have to go to gym. And then two, the restaurant, people go because they want to go out, because they want the experience. And entertainment will never die.
You still gotta take somebody on a date.
You still want an experience, yeah. Movies, you still kind of want to go to the movies. It's still kind of. I'm glad we still at least have that, because we definitely have the technology to be like, fucking new movie comes out. We're talking about today, like just Mandalorian right on your screen. We have the ability to do that, but I'm glad that we still.
That. What was that?
Sounds like somebody's hacking.
Yeah, the government just heard everything we're talking about.
All right, guys, that's enough. That's enough.
CIA. All right.
Shut these fuckers down. They have 600 views. They're going somewhere. Why they get any bigger?
Let's stop them before they change everything. No, but the reason why it might the whole movie experience might not change, because they need to find out how many people are actually watching movies.
They can find out through streaming numbers.
They're watching you the whole time.
I mean, you look at YouTube. How many views? That's all they need. That's all you need.
But
that's currency now.
You wouldn't make a lot of money, because let's say you go to the theaters, you pay $20, you pay $20. But if you start, you could pay an extra fee to watch it at home. You pay one time and you could tell the whole neighborhood, let's fill up the living room with people just to watch this one movie. So you can't keep track of how many people are watching it, and you're not gonna make that much money. You still need to pay you still have to pay for the individual ticket.
I think Hollywood is still grateful.
They're kind of doing that now, dude. I mean, you have now, like, speaking of, just this week, fucking The Irishman came out for Netflix, and Netflix exclusive. It's like they don't give
Netflix has been doing that.
They have enough money. They don't give a fuck. Like,
no, but that
adds a couple more to subscriptions. But even that all you guys can watch it right now on my screen.
But when was it? Like last year or 2 years ago, that Netflix tried to do something where they were gonna change where you cannot share the password, and ultimately it was a backlash. But Hulu,
I think that's recent. I think
last year. Or maybe this year. But I know Hulu is already thinking about doing that, where if you share your password and they find out that you're sharing it, like, there's a penalty. And they can...
Still, my point is that they're making originals now. That, like, they're not worried about you...
originals.
Yeah, that you're not worried about you going to the fucking movie theater to pay $20 anymore. They have enough subscribers that they still make money.
Well, Netflix is becoming...
And pay Dave Chappelle $80 million to do one stand-up special.
No, well, Netflix is becoming very powerful, because even Steven Spielberg has complained that Netflix original movies shouldn't be accepted for nominated awards.
Oh, he's just jealous.
Yeah, exactly.
Lick my balls.
But that goes to show you that
my balls.
That goes to show you that Netflix is becoming very powerful. It is eventually going to kill the film industry, because you can just do something where a low budget.
Either they adapt or they fucking sound like everyone else.
What was the first one? Napster. what did that do to the music industry? You know what I mean? That's
It
the
did fuck it
model
up.
for everything.
That was the beginning of the digital age. That's
That
why
was- yeah.
it was like raw power that nobody
Mm-hmm.
knew how to contain it, what to do with it.
So are you telling me Lars was right the whole time?
He was.
Fuck! I don't wanna
No,
agree
he
with that
was.
guy.
And you know, anybody that had an opinion didn't fuck, oh, you fucking don't have enough money and stuff. It's like, dude, nowadays, especially nowadays, dude, musicians make their money from touring. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
You're not selling music anymore. That's
Nope.
it. They
When's
killed that.
When's the last album
Yeah, but
anybody
at the
bought?
at the same time, you can do shit like
Merch.
Louis C.K. was doing. You know,
What?
he just
Jerking
put
off in front of people?
You could do that. You could always do that. That's always an option.
All right.
But no,
Awesome.
he was going direct to customers. You know, he was bypassing a lot of that Hollywood bullshit. You know?
How was he doing that? Selling out of his trunk?
No. He would put it up. He'd put up a link. I forgot exactly how he did it, but he was pretty much hosting his own website. So if you wanted to see his content, you'd have to go through him.
Hmm.
So instead of getting
Absolutely,
royalties and getting
absolutely.
a couple,
You can do that and stuff. But I'm talking about generally in music. But all it takes is one person to subscribe. They put your shit on YouTube. That's it. There goes all your shit.
All you
There
need
goes
is
all your
just-
shit.
All you need is an endorsement from another celebrity, and you'll just fucking skyrocket.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is and stuff. Like, but there was, like, nowadays it's like I said, in terms of that Napster. Yes, Lars was right. It's just people hated. People were going, oh, you're rich enough and stuff. But actually, what everybody talks about nowadays, oh, he used his platform to fucking. It's like that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he fucking got shitted on and stuff because it actually killed all these musicians that come up now and stuff. You cannot sell music. It is
They
all
got
on, it is
Metallica
all,
to
it
talk
is all
shit
on your
about it.
show. It is on your show and your merchandise.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And if you have from there, musicians make brands. They make other products. But other than that, it's like you're not selling. You're not making any fucking. They have like these streaming things now. I think you get 10 cents for every 100 fucking thing you fucking
Yeah.
It's
stream.
rad, dude.
Well, like
If
you
that.
said, the nostalgia of the things we did when we grew up.
Yeah, that was
Like,
part of it too.
Your kids don't know or will not know the experience of going to a record store, finding a record you like, and buying that and experiencing
My
the whole
kids
thing.
have no idea what ESP on a fucking Discman is.
Yeah. There's-
No,
They will never know.
they will never know.
And
Also, and this is going off topic a little bit, but nowadays because of this, and you have like a culture, like hip hop made this really famous, obviously with like Lil Wayne and Drake. They just put song after song after song after song after song. It's like if there was already a music fucking
Garbage
ADD,
after garbage after-
like it fucking totally fucking blew it up and stuff. Now there's no attention span.
Yeah.
If a song came out last year, it's fucking old. That's
Yeah.
it.
yep.
Where
Yeah.
there could be classics like, dude, this fucking song still, and there are still classics, of course, and stuff, right? But you like listen to stuff now, you go, fuck. Like people nowadays, like that's it. You chew it up like fucking Red Stripe gum. It's out. It's out. That's it. That's it. You know, next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. I want a new song every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it is what it is.
It's
You know, it's good for some people. It's bad for some people and stuff because I think there is a lot of good music that goes through the cracks and doesn't even get listened to because, oh, it was a song of last week and
Yeah.
that's old enough, you know, like
It's more of a fast.
that's
pace.
also what Napster essentially did.
Yeah.
You have to put more content because there's less attention span. More content and it's easier to get out there. Therefore, you have to make more of it so people can consume it. But at the same time, you're taking away people's attention span. They're not thinking of these things as classics anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
So new dads.
No, yeah.
The
I'm gonna shelter my
I just told
I'm gonna
that-
shelter my kid and I'm gonna fucking they're not gonna know about digital shit. I'm like, this is a record. This is a cassette.
You find an 8
I'm gonna fucking treat my kid like a fucking you know that one movie M. Night Shyamalan, The Village, where you just go back in time, dude, just fucking start introducing shit like they don't know what a Pixar movie is. Like this is old school Disney, like fucking animated, you know,
Fucking
shit.
beat.
You're gonna grow up
Yeah.
like way I did, you know.
You're gonna be pulling out your VHS player.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's one thing too. You know, like speaking of like all this technology and stuff. You know, that's one thing that I stress. Like, I don't want to have my fucking kid on the phone. I see that all the time. We're at the restaurant the other day. That kid in the other table must have been 1 or 2 years old, just fucking glued.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No, and I see it all the time.
No.
I see it all the time at the flea market. You got kids in the stroller and they're already holding the phone, but they can't even speak.
Crazy.
You know? And and I get it. The parent, maybe the kid is just bratty. Here you go. And I get it. Parents don't.
I get it too.
That's bad parenting too. Instead of giving him a phone, give as soon as they're able to read. Here's a book. Expand your imagination. Because that's what technology does. Is the opposite. It's taken away from your imagination because you're being bombarded with visuals instead of being able to develop your imagination by text reading.
I think I said this in the last podcast and stuff, but like I said, I have a neighbor that's like a fucking I think he's like a 4th grade teacher, and he's like, dude, because I told him that same thing, and he was like, dude, no fucking joke, I can't get kids' attention nowadays. If they're not on the phone, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, dude. Like, unless it's coming through a phone or some fucking bright colors or video game. Like, now.
And at the same time, at schools, dude, they're turning to iPads and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're giving kids.
My kids have iPads at school. No?
That's adapting in a wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, fucking all this stuff. That's why we don't retain information. I heard, and I don't know if you could probably vouch for this. I heard they're taking away cursive and handwriting.
That's what I've heard, dude.
Really?
Are your kids going through that yet?
Wait,
no?
what?
They're not teaching cursive anymore.
Yeah, I don't think my
that
daughter...
takes part from just mental development.
Yes.
It's like taking away the purpose of puzzles is for critical thinking and cursive writing, even though it's it's writing, but it's being able to develop a motor skill to do that. And so if you're taking away, wow, that's
it also takes away from art skill. Because like people will develop artistic skills from there, and like it goes to like other forms of writing like calligraphy. Eventually that's like that's a font, there you go. That's all it's gonna be. It's a like font, there you go. Yep, that's it.
We're going backwards.
No, it really is.
By the time,
and it's by design. It's not about, unfortunately, I do believe that this stuff is not.
Well,
by
it's an addiction that humans chose to go through and maintain, because all this technology is making fucking laziness. It does make laziness because people will. I got auto spell. What the fuck do I need auto to spell for? It's stuff in that. You got horrible spellers. I don't need to
park my car anymore. It does it by itself.
I had this one fucking guy that I used to. They tried to bring him into the office. I don't know who the fuck he knew. Now my job, you have to know computers enough to use this software. But dude, basic email. And this fucking kid, he was like. A couple of years ago, and he was like 21, and I was like, there's no reason for you not to know this. You don't know how to use email.
Yeah.
You know that squiggly red line under that shit? That means you spelt it wrong, stupid. like how the fuck do you not know this? I'm like, is English, because he was a white guy, and I was like, is English your second language? He's like, no. I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't you know this, dude? It drove me up a fucking wall, dude, because he was like, dude, I'm a laborer, I do this and this. I'm like, yeah, but you speak English. Like,
and you're 21.
It's just an excuse.
It was an excuse and stuff, but he got so dependent on these things that I don't have to think. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would I have to think about this? I'm like, you do have to think, because in my job, we develop, we quantify quantities that turn into prices that turn into real jobs. Mm-hmm. So you do need to think. You can't give me something that tells me.
Imagine submitting a bid and everything's fucking spelled wrong.
Bro,
you would never
dude, I had to color code some of this shit for him. Like, see this fucking yellow? See this? Like, add this up and put it in this. Do this color and do this, and he still get it wrong, bro. I'm like, I would like look at him like I don't even know what to do with you, dude. Like, for real. But he was so. But he had a smartphone. He fucking knew how to use that shit.
Hey, but it's just a symptom of what we've been talking about, dude. It's just the dumbing down of the fucking nation, dude. It's about meeting. I bet you he fucking passed all the standardized tests.
I would love to know. I would love to know.
Because I can't think critically at all, but he can pass a fucking test.
Did he go to a charter school?
But doesn't that go against your argument for charter schools? That he passed the test?
What I mean, in charter school or public schools, the point is,
they all share the same test.
Because when we were in high school, I think the only test that we had to take was the exiting exam and the SAT.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to take the SAT. I mean, if you were
it was optional to get into a better option.
If you were planning on going to college, you had to take
Which,
the test.
Again, is another example that, again, my parents didn't know much about that, but we know about that, and that's what we got to pass down to our kids,
But the thing is, almost after we all graduated, back. I'm not gonna say the year, but after pretty much soon after that.
When I graduated in 1980.
Soon after that, they all gotta take a bunch of tests. Like I think it's 3 or 4 tests. So basically, the whole school year they're just training to take this one test or these tests. So they're not really learning anything other than you got to pass these tests. So if not, you're fucked.
And every year, it seems like the standards get lowered. To be honest, dude.
Well,
every couple of years, the standards
compared to other countries.
What grades are your kids in? Grades.
My oldest is in 6th grade.
6th.
My middle son's in 4th, and then my youngest is like in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So 6 is that middle school now?
Middle school, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It comes down to us as parents. We pretty much have to pick up the slack that the system has.
Well,
been.
honestly, dude, it always should have been that way. Like, honestly, like, yeah, your parents should try to help you out if you're not fucking learning or try to figure out something for you. That's part of the responsibility of your fucking parents to do and stuff. Like I said, we have the advantage to pass on to our kids because, like I said, my parents didn't go through the system, so now
but how many people think like us, or at least have the education enough to?
That's what I'm talking about, though.
660.
The 35 that listen,
idiots. Yeah, the 35.
But it's one of those fucking things that you just fucking like. That's what I'm saying, though. That's part of what I was talking about earlier. Is like, oh, the fucking parents is like they go back to these teachers like, why did you fail my kids? I'm like, unfortunately, that is our age group, generation. It's fucked up, dude. It's like, but we got to do better, dude. You got to do better. Stop fucking all this stuff that offends us and all this bullshit that we waste energy on and stuff. It's like, dude,
right?
Educate, educate.
And
you want out of here? Educate yourself. Get the fuck out.
And to build on what you're saying, it's just at that point you're just allowing the government to indoctrinate your kids, like Chris was saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the education model we'd use now, that's like remnants from the Industrial Revolution. Right. They just applied industry to education.
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking. It doesn't help the outliers who are also intelligent. They just maybe don't fit in that model.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And the most of the innovators that have changed culture, like Steve Jobs or Einstein or these people, they didn't actually graduate formal education.
Right.
They just have a great way of critical thinking. That's what it is. It's critical thinking.
Yeah.
To realize that you could go beyond yourself, what's in front of you. You're like, no, this is not my limit. My limit, whatever I say, it's my limit.
So, I mean, do you tell your kids right now, this is bullshit, but you got to go? I mean, you're the parent here, like they're expecting, but like, do you tell them like, I mean, this is just, you got to do this, but remember, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. Yeah. I try to teach my kids to think a little more critically than what they're pushing at the school level.
Yeah.
Because they take a lot of responsibility. The school tried to take a lot of responsibility away from us.
Yeah.
You'll see people that advocate for the government having a bigger role in the family life in school. This, that, the other. It's like, no, that's the wrong direction.
Yeah.
What
was that Kamala Harris? People
Harris.
were getting arrested if they weren't having attendance.
Absolutely, dude. So then you just perpetuate the cycle. You arrest the parent because your kids aren't going to school. So then what happens to the fucking kid?
Yeah,
the kid got better off.
It didn't help.
Yeah,
that's
Good
crazy.
Let's do takeaways. I gotta leave. I gotta bounce.
Okay.
Since you just came back from the restroom, you start.
Takeaways. I don't know, dude. You go first.
I think I got a good decent takeaway. The whole with that teacher that you were talking about that used like a checking system. Like, I think that's a better model than an allowance. Allowance really didn't feel like, as a kid growing up, you didn't really value it as much. At least I don't know. It was household. I was the oldest, so it was like whatever I got didn't really matter anyway. It was going to the fucking younger kids anyway. So I think the idea of teaching your kid how to balance a pseudo checkbook like in the household,
even though that's gonna be way obsolete by the, but it's still money management.
Some kind of,
and that's the other thing. My mom used to give me quote unquote allowance, but that was basically every 2 weeks she give me $10, and I was in high school.
Yeah,
she give me $10.
$10.
Yeah, every 2 weeks, which
that's
developed to $5 a week, which was $1 a fucking day for lunch and stuff. Which again, I balance. I go, hey, do I want this that costs $1.50 today or $2,
Can I buy an album?
or do I bring something from home? And it taught me how to balance even that. Even it was like $1 a day.
Yeah, make a decision.
Make a decision. Make a critical decision. Do you want to save up for a CD at the time?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean that you
CD
learn
was
that
like
with
fucking $14. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. That's why I was
That
like,
was like fucking 3 weeks.
so
and
it's
shit.
a lot of fucking sacrifice right there.
You learn that with allowance, but the idea of like the critical thinking that comes with like a checkbook or something,
Mhm.
like you
Mhm.
can teach that to kids. Like,
Yeah. No, I honestly, me and my girl are actually gonna develop, in our household, a chore system that's worth something to the kid.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like this is gonna equal this, and we haven't developed it. We're in the works of it and stuff. But taking out the trash equals this. You know, washing the dishes equals this. You know, whatever household things we need to do and stuff is gonna like, hey, you're gonna earn this. You're gonna earn this, and it's gonna feel better. You know what I mean? Like, because honestly, they say I saw somewhere there's like a statistic. It's like kids that have chores are more successful in life because they understand the value of doing something and earning it. You know what I mean? So I'm taking that same concept. I don't even know if this 4th, 5th grade teacher is alive anymore. But it's like, you know, she touched one kid she changed.
whoa.
No, wait, man.
That's a different conversation.
The truth comes out.
And
Truth comes out.
The next porn zone fucking thing. You know, but like
Some teacher porn and shit with, Lisa
she
Ann.
made a difference. She made a difference with one fucking kid at least, because that taught me a lot, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
Put on the next porn zone. Girl touches 2 kids. Teacher
And
touches
shut down by YouTube. FBI.
Teacher touches 2 kids.
Just FBI. Boom, boom.
So we have 600 views on the FBI now. Hello, FBI.
FBI listener. One of the idiots right
imagine how
now.
many views from the
FBI just subscribed. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Takeaways.
Well, I'll go. My takeaway is that it took a lot of critical thinking just to start this podcast. That's it.
All right, my takeaway: critical thinking is pretty. Fuck, it seems like it's obsolete these days. You know, it's just people get stuff handed to them way too easy. You know, it doesn't require a lot of critical thinking nowadays. You know, even if you read the political opinions online, people aren't looking
To work for it.
they're not willing to make that argument. You know, they're waiting for their turn to talk, but they're not really willing to hear the other side. You know, it's an art. It's an art, and I think it is definitely diminishing.
I didn't listen to a word you just said. I was just waiting for
You know, going to your point and stuff, you know, just real quick, we walk our dogs around here all the time. There's a lot of, older people, because there's a retirement home here. And one of the things is like, I say, it's like, dude, it's okay to disagree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's not a very popular thing what I just said. It's okay to disagree. It's like,
Blasphemy.
you either think my way or fuck you, die, you know? But
Yeah, and all three of you
there's
guys
this
are way
thing.
left than I am. You know, I'm over here. over on the-
I know. Here, I consider myself a little bit more like I agree with a little bit of both sides. You know what I mean? I'm a little more in the middle.
dare you.
But one of the things like so we walk, and there's this little old man and his fucking little electric walk. He's always got his little MAGA hat on, and we walk by him all the time. And we go, Happy Thanksgiving, good morning, whatever, and this and that. But it's like, if I don't give that any power, there's no power there. And it's like, so it's like, that's why it's like, I could go in there, look at this motherfucker has a mega head and blah, blah, blah. And like, I could do that, but I go, why?
Yeah.
There's I don't agree with all of his politics, but who cares?
Well, and you don't even know that guy's politics at that point.
Honestly, yeah, I that's true. I
He
don't.
wears a
and
red
stuff,
hat. It's kind of
but
scary.
he wears a red hat that means nothing to me. And it shouldn't mean nothing to a lot of people that make it mean something to them. Don't make it mean anything.
Yeah.
This guy's probably fucking senile for all I know. Somebody gave me this hat.
So, I'm wearing a hat. So I'm wearing a hat.
We shouldn't give power to a lot of things we don't agree with, dude. You know,
Yeah,
but
just let it be. Go
let it be.
It's not like he's chasing you around.
Exactly. He's not chasing
you
around. He's not chasing around he's not chasing me around with his politics. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you do, dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, my takeaway is
where does he live?
Hey, we're talking about a stalker or something.
Stalker?
Yeah, I mentioned stalker, and you said you were gonna get back to it or something.
No, I was talking about the 600 views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, all of a sudden we got followers.
Okay, we're on the same page.
No, yeah, but yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I guess my biggest takeaway is I'm glad that you, David, as a parent, think kind of this, almost kind of similar to what I think of, being more involved as a parent. You know what I mean? Just teach your kids how to think. Nowadays, we see in the society, like I said it like 3 or 4 times today, either agree with me or fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, no, critically think about it for yourself. Don't be a follower, and teach your kids how to think.
Yeah.
If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, find out why. Figure it out. Find out why.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are not doing that nowadays. Now it's like, it's my way or no way.
Yeah.
Agree with me or nothing.
And that's just in my opinion, that's just a sign of a fragile ego. You know.
Yeah, it is.
I have a fragile ego.
You gotta
Agree with me,
You
please.
got a spread eagle. You got a fucking spread eagle. Is what you got.
You just hurt my ego.
There go my. Oh, what? That's ego. There go my ego.
A spread eagle.
But yeah, dude. I'll say another takeaway. We're visual today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe right.
Yeah, still.
I should have worn my MAGA hat today. Fuck.
One way or the other, people, you guys will be able to see us.
Hopefully.
And see how beautiful
Hopefully,
we are.
we're evolving here,
And
man.
hopefully no one's holding on to
We-
their dick while they.
We already got it.
Click.
We got that. We got that porn zone logo, and just teacher touches 2 kids. Teacher touches 2 kids. That's got it.
600, 700 views of us just grabbing our dick.
It's a trap.
Only half the people would be disappointed then. Well, fuck yeah, dude. Till next time. We'll see if
Wait,
we. Huh? Go
Is
ahead.
that everybody? We all take it?
Oh, for the people that haven't noticed, Saulo's not here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, people. Peace out. Until next time.
Yeah.